Welcome once again into another episode in the 820 Enterprise with your host, Ming Ahmad. I think a couple of days ago, I had introduced the first part of a two-part discussion that I promised you, and I didn't get to the second one until today. So let's get to the second one. The first part was about the bucket list. Pardon me. The bucket list. And I think we covered that a few days ago. Today, allow me to talk about the burning platform. So, opening question to you. What is a burning platform? In the book, Resilience, The Beauty of Presence, I had defined the construct about defining a burning platform as something you are compelled to do. A burning platform by something that I am compelled to do. That would apply to your job, your family, your partner, your children, a dream, a hobby, a vision, or a mission. Ideally, this burning platform represents something you have defined, and decided to pursue. However, many times we decide to focus on someone else's vision, and we assume our position as janitors on their platform, on their burning platform. But then that platform, their platform, burns out. Downsizing, budget cuts, new direction, nothing personal on their platform that we are serving as janitors on. In that scenario, and if you found yourself standing in that situation, you got to ask yourself that question. Was that your burning platform, or was it one imposed on you? A burning platform imposed on you represents something not original to you. Then, when it is taken from you, you might feel lost, betrayed, hurt, empty. Consider that pink slip at the job. Maybe you have had that kind of experience. I certainly have, many times. But when that happens, maybe now, before that ever happens, you can consider how to build your own burning platform. Then you can feel less confusion about what happened to the platform you thought felt stable, but that crumbled beneath your feet, and with your confidence that you put into it, but not into you. When you find your confidence crushed, what happened to your passion, your energy to do whatever you were doing? Remember this, you cannot buy or create energy. The energy and fire you may have lost still lives within you. But you can get there through confidence in your humility. Resilience, the beauty of presence, defines humility as the gateway to your beauty. Humility as a gateway to your beauty. Humility is your light within, connects your awareness to the inspiration, and serves as the fire of your burning platform that drives you towards your dream, not in response to a mandate given to you. Confidence is the flip side of that coin of humility. Resilience describes confidence as the expressed power and force in your presence. Would you rather have someone else increase or put out the fire to the platform that you don't own? Or can you stoke your own fire, build your own platforms to burn? Just for context, these burning platforms that I suggest to you do not represent monuments to lean on. These burning platforms should be original and genuine to you. For example, in my history, for many years ago as a platoon leader in the Army, the senior sergeant of the platoon gave me a humbling and sage guidance. Here I was, the only officer in that platoon. I'm a West Point graduate. Right. He may have been impressed, but he never said that. Anyway, he tells me that even though I was, quote unquote, in charge now of this unit, of this platoon, he told me my job was to work myself out of a job. I said, "You must be crazy. This is my job and function in life, man." I told him that. But when I said it to him, my crazy response, telling it to him, he did not waver in his statement and his experience. He continued saying that my job as a platoon leader in this unit of 40 soldiers, my job was to work, meaning to train, lead, message myself out of this position and to develop all these soldiers to become leaders themselves. I was to develop them to not rely on me as the leader, but to help them to define and guide themselves into leadership and through my example. See, that sergeant taught me not to build monuments of myself as the leader. My job was to build more leaders who would lead together with and eventually, ultimately, without me. So, whether your focus is on your bucket list or on your burning platforms, remember to ask yourself that question: what drives you when you decide to lead? And see if that answer guides you towards your dream or towards someone else's dream. I can probably reference that thing called your presence quotient. Go back in history on the litany of my episodes in the 820 Enterprise about the presence quotient, PQ. The present quotient we won't talk about today, but that methodology, that philosophy, that model measures your attendance and your attention and your decision along the spectrum of listening, believing, following, leading, and messaging in your servants and presence, in your service and presence. We'll get into that again, but maybe I can review the PQ in upcoming episodes. But if not, there are a couple in the library of 820 episodes. If you get a chance, check out the presence quotient. But until then, stay present, stay current, and do remember, it is always 820.